Hello my dear students, welcome to the next lecture in analog electronics. So far in the first module we have discussed the review of BJT configuration, the common emitter amplifier, operating point, why we need to bias a transistor, selection of operating point, need for bias stabilization, and what are the requirements of a biasing circuit and different biasing circuits and their stability factor of voltage divider bias circuit. So in this lecture we are going to discuss bias compensation using diode and thermistor. So why do we need a compensation for this biasing circuit? So the compensation techniques compensate the temperature parameters only. That is the parameters variation with respect to temperature. That will be compensated using this compensation techniques. That doesn't mean you don't need a stabilization circuit or a biasing circuit here. It just means that after fixing the operating point and stabilizing using the biasing circuits, we are adding an extreme stabilization using compensation technique. Okay, so it is applicable after stabilization only and compensates temperature parameter exactly. So using temperature sensitive devices like diode and thermistor, this compensation is done. Okay, so you know that as temperature increases, the collector current increases. How does these things happen? Or how does the operating point shift? So far we haven't given much thrust onto the variation in VBE with respect to temperature. So when we discuss the different biasing circuits, we were concentrating on the increase in the collector current due to the reverse saturation current rather than the VBE factor, isn't it? So before going to the compensation techniques, I'll just brief about what happens to VBE. Of course, when you discuss the stability factors S, S dash, S double dash, this was showing the S dash was showing the change in collector current with respect to VBE. We have derived the expression. So I expect a question from you, why, how this collector current is varying with respect to VBE. So here you can see that this VBE changes at the rate of minus 2.5 millivolt per degree Celsius, or you can call this as dou VBE by dou T. What is T? Temperature. So with a degree rise in temperature, there will be a decrease of minus 2.5 millivolt for VBE if it is germanium transistor, and if it is silicon, it is minus 1.8 millivolt per degree Celsius. So what happens if VBE changes? If VBE changes, IB will change. If VBE decreases, IB will increase and IC will also increase. This will cause a shift in Q point. Okay, so you need to compensate for this VBE. So diode compensation technique, you have two circuits. One is providing compensation for VBE and the other one is providing compensation for ICO. So you know this concept. What happens to IC with increase in ICO? IC will increase because IC is beta IB plus ICBO. So this reverse saturation current, you can see that it is doubling for every 10 degree rise in temperature, which means ultimately it is causing an increase in IC. So this is more significant than this effect of VBE, and we'll see the compensation techniques. So compensation for VBE in voltage divider bias circuit. This is the Thevenin equivalent of the voltage divider bias circuit. So in this circuit, how can you compensate for VBE? So for that, a diode is placed like this in the emitter circuit, and this diode is forward biased using this VDD and RD. So this polarity is like this, it is opposite to this. So this is forward biased, and at the same time the diode and transistor are of same type and material. What does that mean? That simply means that this VBE will be equal to the voltage across the diode. Or you can say that if there is a change in VBE, the same change will occur in VD. But note the polarity here. isn't it? If both have the same temperature coefficient, it means that for a degree rise in temperature, the change in VBE, we have seen a value, it is minus 2.5 millivolt per degree Celsius. So the same change will occur in VD since both are of both the diode and transistor are of same type and material which is used. Okay, so the voltage across them will have the same temperature coefficient. So this will give you, we can analyze this circuit. So this, if you write the voltage KVL equation here, V minus, if IB is a current through this, IB into RB minus VBE minus IERE plus VD equal to 0. So since these two are equal, the changes in this will also be same as the change in this. We can say that this equation gets modified as V minus IB RB minus IE RE equal to 0. Alright. So here you can see this effect of VBE is nullified by this diode. Okay. So the sensitivity to VBE is avoided here. So the VBE is compensated using this diode. Okay. The next one is diode in voltage divider circuit. Again, you are doing compensation for this voltage VBE. This is VBE. Okay. So here the diode is connected in series with R2 like this. And it is in forward bias condition. Okay. So for voltage divider bias, what about this IE current? The current through this RE? It is VB minus VBE by RE. If you write the KVL here, VB, what is VB? This is VB, this voltage is VB. VB minus VBE minus IERE equal to 0. It will give you this expression. And if you neglect VBE, IE equal to VE by RE. And IC is approximately equal to IE. So you can say that this IE, I can write it as IC equal to VB minus VBE by RE. So can you, sorry, I just made a mistake here. You note it here. You are not neglecting VBE here because we are doing the compensation for VBE only. So this is the expression IE equal to VE by R. It is a drop across this emitter resistance VE and IE equal to VE by RE. And since IC is approximately equal to IE, you can write it as IC is approximately equal to VB minus VBE by RE. Now what is this VB? From this you can see VB equal to voltage across this resistance plus voltage across this diode D1. So this is equal to VR2 plus VD1, as it is marked here, it is VD1. VD1 minus VBE by RE. So if you have chosen a diode which is of same material and type as the transistor, obviously the change in the same point which I explained for the previous compensation, that is this change in VD1 with respect to temperature will be same as change in VBE with respect to temperature. So this VD can be taken as equal to VBE, and therefore you get a collector current which is again independent of VBE here, or IC equal to VR2 by RE. It is depending on the drop across this resistance R2 only. Okay, so this is again providing compensation for VBE in the voltage divider bias circuit. So these are the two methods. Next we'll see how to get compensation for ICO. So in germanium transistors, changes in ICO with temperature are comparatively larger than silicon transistors. So here diode is kept in reverse biased condition. For this you have considered a fixed bias circuit here. So the diode here is connected, this is reverse biased. Okay, so what is this current? This is current I, which is marked here, and IB is a base current and I naught is a current in this circuit. Okay, so what is I? It is VCC minus VBE by R1. Okay, this is VBE now. There is no emitter resistance here. So VCC minus VBE by R1 is I. So with this you can approximate as VCC by R1. You are doing the compensation for ICO. So you are neglecting VBE. So VCC by R1 is I. And again, I is equal to IB plus I naught. I naught is the current through this diode. This is a reverse bias connected diode. So it is the reverse saturation current of this particular through this diode. So you are again going to do the compensation for the reverse equal to BC 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 equal to beta IB plus 1 plus beta ICO. And IB expression is I minus I naught. So you substitute that expression of IB here, you get IC is equal to beta I minus beta I naught plus 1 plus beta times ICO. If we consider beta to be very much greater than 1, again you can replace this 1 plus beta with beta. So you get an expression like this, IC equal to beta I minus beta I naught plus beta IC naught. Now, if I naught is equal to IC naught, again you will get IC is equal to beta I, or IC is depending upon this I only. That is a current through this R1 and not on. So if R1 is constant, this current through this R1 I is going to be constant. So I naught is equal to IC naught. How can you ensure that the reverse saturation current to be the same? Because you are again choosing a diode of same material and type as the transistor. Then this reverse saturation current of through this diode, that is I naught, can be made equal to IC naught. So thus we are again compensating for IC naught using this particular circuit diagram. Next is thermistor compensation technique. For this, you are doing compensation against temperature variation, isn't it? For that, you are choosing a resistor with negative temperature coefficient, which is known as thermistor. So this is the characteristic of a thermistor, and dou R by dou RT by dou T is the slope of this curve. This is the temperature coefficient here, or the thermistor has negative temperature coefficient. Sorry. Now we'll see the circuit. This is the first circuit where R2 is replaced by a thermistor RT in self-bias circuit. So suppose this is I1 and this is the base current and this is I2. IT I am marking here. Okay, as this is the IT because it is a current through the thermistor RT. So what happens when temperature increases? Immediately IC is increasing and this is causing the shifting of operating point, isn't it? So we are providing the stabilization using the voltage divider network, and additional temperature compensation is provided by this, isn't it? Using this compensation technique. So you don't want this to happen. So how will this provide the additional compensation here? As RT increases, as temperature increases, what happens to RT? As temperature increases, RT will decrease. Has negative temperature coefficient. When RT decreases, then this IT is going to increase. Okay. So if IT increases, what is IB? IB is I1 minus IT. So if this IT increases, it will cause a reduction in IB. IB will decrease. If IB decreases, then obviously IC will also decrease. So the rising tendency of IC will be checked using this thermistor circuit. The next circuit is another thermistor compensation technique, where the thermistor is connected like this between VCC and your emitter. You have a thermistor here. So what is done here? Again, I am marking the current through the thermistor as IT here. Okay. So what happens when temperature increases? When temperature increases, what happens? The RT value will decrease. When RT decreases, what happens? IT will IT will increase, isn't it? If IT increases, again, this is the emitter current, isn't it? So this IT is coming to this point, and this is the emitter current. So here you see, as IT increases, there will be a increase in the drop across RE. IERE will increase. If IERE increases, then consider this base circuit. In the base circuit, IB will decrease, because IB is decided by this IERE drop also. So this is IB. IB will decrease if you consider if you take the Thevenin equivalent and solve, you will see IB will decrease. If IB decreases, ultimately it is causing a decrease in IC. IC is beta times IB. So thus, this thermistor will minimize the increase in IC due to change in the temperature. So with this, I'm ending the discussion on compensation techniques. Thank you.